300 miles off the coast of Hawaii, the shooters and the F-18 are ready. Pilots fly off the U.S.'s oldest operational aircraft carrier to try and guarantee what the U.S. calls a free and open Indo-Pacific, an area that covers half the planet's surface. Navy Rear Admiral Christopher Sweeney commands the USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group that typically deploys with a half-dozen ships. It's one of the U.S.'s most visible projections of power that could one day help deter China from attacking Taiwan.
Hopefully the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, recognizes that, and that we're just making them think like this is not the day that they want to do that.
The USS Nimitz has more than 5,000 sailors, 70 jets, including F-18s. But the Chinese have made sure that this carrier is vulnerable by producing some of the most advanced missile systems on the planet.
In 2021, the People's Liberation Army tested more missiles than the rest of the world combined. China's arsenal is designed to make the U.S. think twice before defending Taiwan and to keep U.S. ships away. A Defense Department map shows anti-ship missiles with a range of 1,200 miles. A Chinese state-owned aerospace company even created a propaganda animation showing its missiles destroying an aircraft carrier.
Moving on to South Korea, North Korea and the US. Now, South Korea and the United States are discussing joint planning and implementation of US nuclear operations to counter the rising North Korean threat. Seoul made the announcement soon after US President Joe Biden said that there will be no joint nuclear exercises.
President Biden, are you discussing joint nuclear exercises with South Korea right now?
Biden's remarks came after South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol said that the two countries are in talks to hold drills that involve nukes. And now South Korea's presidential office says that Biden had to refute the report because he was asked if the two countries were, quote-unquote, discussing nuclear war games, whereas joint nuclear exercises can only be held between nuclear weapons states. Yoon's press secretary said that the two countries are discussing ways to share information on the operation of US-owned nuclear assets in order to respond to the North Korean nuclear weapons and are jointly planning the execution of them accordingly. Earlier, US National Security Council also said that the allies are working on an effective coordinated response to a range of scenarios, including nuclear use by North Korea.
Now, war of words is broken out between the Taliban and Pakistan just days after Pakistan's Interior Minister Rana Sanaullah warned of an attack on Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan's hideouts in Afghanistan. A Taliban leader has tweeted out quite a strong comeback. Ahmed Yasir posted a picture of Pakistan surrendering to India during the 1971 war. A translated caption of the picture reads, "This is Afghanistan, the graveyard of proud empires. Do not think of a military attack on us. Otherwise, there will be a shameful repetition of the military agreement with India." Now, last week, Sanaullah said that Pakistan may target TTP's hideouts in Afghanistan if authorities in Kabul fail to take any action against them. He reportedly even went on to say, quoting yet again, "The international law gives you the right to target those who attack you." The Taliban had reacted to the statement earlier as well. The Taliban Defense Ministry said that they consider these accusations baseless and said that all TTP bases are inside Pakistan, further warning that claims like these can damage the relation between the two countries.
Let me tell you what the EU needs to do at this point. It needs to look within because the rot within is only deepening. We have been telling you about the great European heist, the corruption scandal that has sent shockwaves across Europe. To say that it has left Europe embarrassed would be an understatement. It all started with the arrest of Eva Kaili. We told you about her when the scandal first came to light. A 44-year-old member of the European Parliament, she is accused of accepting large sums of money to peddle influence for Qatar and Morocco at the European Parliament. Investigative agencies found 150,000 euros in cash from her flat, which the prosecutors believe came from Qatar and Morocco. Her partner, Francesco Giorgi, is also in custody, and he has been accused of money laundering and creating a criminal organization. He has even confessed to a role in the bribery network. Kaili has been denying all charges. Kaili's father, in fact, was also caught with 600,000 euros in cash. Now, it turns out the arrest of Eva Kaili was just the tip of the iceberg, just Act 1 of this murky corruption saga. After Eva Kaili, 2 more members of the European Parliament are in the probe net. The EU Parliament has now moved to waive immunity of these 2 MEPs after a request from the Belgian judiciary. Every member of the European Parliament is given parliamentary immunity, like in most parliaments around the world. It prevents them from being sued, arrested, or investigated. The European Parliament has announced that its chief, Roberta Metsola, has launched an urgent procedure to lift the immunity of 2 MEPs. Metsola has asked all services and committees to make the process of lifting immunity a priority, aiming to have it finished by the 13th of February.